guys, welcome back to Clockwork Noodles for the first breakdown of Cour 2 of Spy X Family, episode 1. It's back, guys, and I am back because this is an anime that we have already broken down on the channel. Cour 1 is up for your viewing leisure, all in a nice little folder that I've put it into. Hello and welcome back. You'll have to let me know down below in the comments if you are returning. Hello, hi, welcome back to the Noodle Bowl. I hope you're doing okay. I hope you're ready for some more spy adventure. Yes, I am cosplaying Yor. It's so great. I love my costume. The boots are a little bit hard to bend down in. I shall suffer for my art, and I love this show so much, so I'm so happy to break it down. If you are new, hello and welcome to the Noodle Bowl. Make sure you guys are all subscribed so you get your weekly dose of Spy X Family breakdowns and me discussing fun things every single week. So much to say about the first episode. It was a fantastic start to the season, continuing on another high because Cour number 1 was so good. I loved it. And this, to me, straight off the bat, I almost felt like I had barely even left. Didn't even notice there was a 3-month gap at all. With every new season or new Cour, we get a new OP. And I have to say that I already knew about Bump of Chicken before Bump of Chicken did the OP for this. My first ever song by these guys was called Ray. Miku is the singer on that one. So if you are a Vocaloid fan or if that one somehow slipped under your radar, go and check out Ray because it's a very good song. This song too is also very good. If you remember my breakdown on the ED and the OPs for the midway reviews, I think Spy X Family got both top OP and ED. A lot to say about this OP and the use of colour. Colour only appears when Anya appears, when the characters are all together. We get to experience them all solo, with the backgrounds being dull, drained colours. On the train with Lloyd heading to work, it's blue, it's cold. That is done on purpose to show you that they live quite dark lives on their own, but when they're together they bring colour to each other. They lift that dullness together, and Anya is that pinnacle. And if you remember from Cour number 1, I think everything is being told from Anya's perspective. I actually think this might be her retelling the story from her perspective, and she is one of those key characters. So her being in the mix and being that colour bringer really does make sense, as she is bringing life to all of her scenes. It really does carry the vibe of the last Cour perfectly, with the OP and ED and those all absolutely perfect too, because they use colour popping. We've got popping colours all over the place on this one. We've also got beautiful bokeh when we have Anya sleeping next to big fluffy Doggo. I know the dog's name, but I also don't want to ruin it for you guys because it wasn't said this episode. For now, he is big fluffy Doggo, and we'll talk about the name when it is dropped. Solo scenes being drained of colour because they are hiding, sometimes suffer under the burden, and I think that is similar with our characters who are hiding from each other, hiding this heavy burden, especially with Lloyd. Has done it from a young age and he really doesn't exist on any maps. Yor at least gets to enjoy a family life with her brother. And the final sequence, the final picture, is everything being tied up perfectly with a ribbon, because literally family life, the perfect package. Everything is the perfect package. We end with a flower basket, which makes me really believe that this is Anya looking back at her time with the family, best memories of her life. Absolutely lost my crap, guys. I lost my crap when I saw those war dogs in the pet shop. If you do not know, I work at a pet shop. This next sequence, all of this episode revolving around pets, right up my street. It's literally what I do on a day-to-day basis. But a little sad because it's always certain breeds that are associated with the rougher aspects of life. The Rottweiler, the Boxer, the Bloodhound, all of them there. You presume they are very good security dogs, but they're not great pets. I think the German Shepherd could have been added, but I do actually think German Shepherds are very cute. They're a dog that seems to be losing the stigma a little bit, so we don't just associate them as police dogs. In the UK, they are used quite a lot in the forces. They are very cute though, and a police dog would be a very good guard dog to a child if you train them correctly. With any dog, it is all about training. With the right owner, any dog can be a good dog. Flexing his muscles, choking at that point. At that point, I was choking, and then I died. And then I literally died when Anya, literally her language. He takes a long time to take a crap. Obviously, she words it a little bit less YouTube friendly. Best sentence of the season. I don't care what else is said this season. That is the best sentence. There's my award right there. That sentence lost it. And then Lloyd just being like, can you mind your language? That's exactly what I was thinking. The way that she just says it blatantly out. And I was like, is Lloyd not going to address her language? We do get a nice little look at Sylvia this season. I don't remember if we've seen Sylvia properly in the last Cour, but I do also really like the design. I like the hat, being able to hide things under the big rimmed hat. Really got that beautiful spy formula going on. Absolutely love her design with the hair as well. I did initially sin Spy X Family. I sinned it because I was like, oh, they just broke one of the casual criminalist rules. However, they do a faux break, which is hilarious. So they get the sin added back on. It's removed. It's gone. Who cares? It's gone. But yeah, if you are a casual criminalist fan, you'll get this. If you're not, this makes no sense. But I watch a YouTube channel called Casual Criminalist who goes through things like this. One of the ongoing things with that is they make rules how to be a good criminal. And one of the rules was that you should never let your suspects see each other. If they're on their own, they will crack, they will slip up, they can't coordinate their stories. And obviously, it's actually Lloyd who is disguised at this point. So technically, they don't break that rule, which is great because they are obeying the rules. In this situation, unlikely to happen, Keith actually tosses the other guy under the bus. Obviously, it's Lloyd tossing him under the bus, but that normally won't happen. So if that actually had been Keith, it wouldn't have actually happened. They are very clever. Spy X Family, casual criminalist fan. They totally uphold it, and I'm so happy that they did that. Lloyd as well, using his disguise already to trick out and force a confession, which is enough to at least save a lot of lives, hopefully, if they can act quick enough. Our plot, the bomb dog plot. It reminds me of World War One because this technique was really used, and it's sad, it's heartbreaking because the dogs apparently panicked and they went back to see their owners in the friendly trenches. So I'm like, oh, that's really sad. I hate it when animals are used in war. But if you are wondering if the plot sounded a little bit far-fetched, nope, the plot is not far-fetched. It sadly has been used in history. Big Fluffy Doggo is in the bomb squad. I don't want the Big Fluffy Doggo to die. Obviously, he's not going to because I've seen pictures and I do actually know the dog's name and everything. So he doesn't gain a name if he's going to die. Absolutely cute. I love his little socks. His socks are absolutely adorable. But this doggy can see into the future and he is a life-saving doggy. So he is a good doggy. But all doggies are good doggos. This next sequence, this next picture, Anya is me. Anya's face is just legit the real reaction when you're seeing a cute animal. And obviously, if you're not an animal lover, this doesn't make sense, but I am a huge animal lover. Obviously, I work with pets, so I have to be. Whenever there is a cute dog, even though I've worked there for 8 years and I've seen many, many dogs in my times, even if there's a cute puppy, if there's a cute something walking through the door, I'm there. I am so there. I just love seeing every dog coming my way. And I am also I do think dashies, miniature dashies and sausage dogs, they are cute. I think they are absolutely adorable. I love saying hello to a dashie in store. However, I have actually been bitten by 2 dogs in my life, and one was a dachshund. I'm just heartbroken. The other one was a Yorkshire Terrier. Throw stigma on its head, it was the small breeds that bit me, and I've never really been bitten by a big dog. Or I would have a horrible story to tell because obviously more damage is done. I've been bitten by 2 small dog breeds. Kudos to the adoption centre for actually recommending a toy poodle as an easy breed to look after. They don't shed, so you don't have to do much in the way of grooming. You do need to make sure they go to a groom room at some point just to maintain that coat, because they still grow, but they just won't shed, which means you need to make sure you are looking after those coats. The miniatures are very small as well, so they are easy to handle, and if you train them right, a very good breed, and they are very energetic to have fun with. A good choice there, lady in the adoption centre. Anya, now getting tied up with the terrorist plot, is very nicely done because she sees the doggy and they have that connection moment. Am I in a store? Is this dog for sale? I need to go and check out more information about this dog quickly. During this sequence, we get to see how rough the terrorists really are. Not really batting an eyelid at killing a kid. They might protest a little bit, but they're still going to go through with it regardless. And we get to see our doggo protecting Anya, which is great. You're having a very bad day. I love Yor. I do want to get more of her outfits. I have the main assassin outfit, but I'd love to get some more of her day-to-day wear because all of her outfits are very cute, and I've just got the uncomfortable one to wear. The one I've got has all the straps, the skirt rides up, the boots are uncomfortable and I can't really bend in them. I've got the most uncomfortable of all of her costumes. I do need to get some of her nice ones because she wears a lot of wool, which suits her because she's quite fluffy in her day-to-day life, quite the airhead when she wants to be, because her first port of call when Anya is not there, she got eaten by a dog. And I love the fact that is her first port of call. That is just good old Yor. That is just typical Yor all over. And of course, all of this is happening in her eyes whilst Dad's on the crapper. Absolutely hilarious. Maybe the guy's got IBS. Maybe he really does have a very bad bout of stomachache or anything. I would hope that he is going to have a decent story to tell when he does actually connect back with them at some point. But I trust Lloyd to have a good story always. Now, Lloyd getting the backstory is basically for us to have a bit of backstory about why the Doggo is super smart, because we need an explanation on why this Doggo can see a little bit ahead. He is a experiment. People were experimenting in the past years of the government. They were trying to create very smart dogs that they could use in combat, in fights, to their knowledge, I'm guessing. Many animals have been the subject of things like espionage. I am not shocked that this kind of stuff is going on. I do love the moment when Anya and the Doggo have this nice little link together. Is he like me? Her being a telepath and him being a telepath, maybe. I think he can kind of see ahead, but I don't quite think he's telepathic. It must be difficult with Anya because she's a kid and she can't tell anybody about what she is. Her having a dog or somebody just like her is going to be a great help to her to have somebody to rely on. More the moment where the fear is replaced by excitement, it suddenly becomes very exciting and we get that colour explosion. Just like we've seen in the OPs, Anya starts to play make-believe. We actually get to mimic the OP at this point. Add a bit of fuel to my fire. Anya is the one who is orchestrating the OPs, at least. You're also having her own little fantasy world right now. Is absolutely hilarious. She has a go at him for saying that Anya is too young to get married. Obviously, she thinks that you're a kidnapper, you're going to force Anya to marry you. She doesn't actually realise that she's walked in on a very big plot, which is probably going to blow the foundations open, literally, if they don't stop this big plot. She's one of those characters who is more like a scatterbrain, but she's able to get in the right place at the right time to actually beat up the right people, because she literally kicks one of the terrorists, which is hilarious. So he's out for the count. So we've literally got her versus the main guy. I don't know if it's going to go very well, but at least it will be you're protecting Anya now because she is trained to do this kind of thing. So let's talk about the ED because it is amazing. It is very clever. It is rotating frames of day-to-day life in different rooms. We go through the rooms of the Forger house. We see different characters coming in, out, how colourful every single frame really is, all the different fun things that go on. We go to the kitchen. We're eating amazing food. The food is plenty. It's happy. It's cheerful. Conversation is flowing. All the characters are bubbling around. It flows really nicely. There is so much going on. It's literally a feast for the eyes and for the food that's going on. Every room has so much life, so much enjoyment, until we get to the contrasting final sequence. As we close the doors going into our own separate rooms, we change into our true hidden selves that nobody else gets to see. Behind closed doors, we have the assassin, we have the spy, we have the telepath. Once they close those doors, the happiness is gone. They are back to being their true selves, and that is the only place where they can really be their true hidden selves. It's a nice little contrast. I absolutely love the OP, the ED. There's so much good stuff going on. The episode as a whole had a nice flow. It literally threw us back into the action, didn't waste time going, this is this person, this is this person. We have our normal, this is Australia versus Westalia, but that happens every episode. So that's not like them throwing it in as an intro for the sake of you've had a break, here's an update. They expect you to remember it because it's only been 3 months. Absolutely love this anime. So excited to see where we're going. I am so happy as well that I get to continue breaking it down with you guys, and I really cannot wait to be your forger at MCM coming up in about 26 days now. So I can't wait to actually cosplay from Spy X Family. Hopefully I'll get to go find a Lloyd or find some Anyas to take pictures of. Maybe I'll have a video at some point of all of the people I saw, and maybe I'll tack it on as a fun one of all my cosplay adventures from Spy X Family. I can try and do something with that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you have returned, I am so happy you're back. I missed you. It's been 3 months. Maybe you were here last season, but if you weren't, welcome back to the channel, and I really hope we get to have fun together on this journey that is Spy X Family Core 2. See you next week, guys. Bye bye.